Good day, my name is Mr. Announcer, and it is now time for the Balcony Brotherhood to read and respond to your
You've got
email.
We're mass communicating.
Dropping the guys a quick note is the best way to interact with the show, and you can do so by sending all your emails to balconybrotherhood@gmail.com. While Confucius may be misquoted here, the quote is still valuable advice. The man who asks a stupid question is a fool for a minute. The man who does not ask a stupid question is a fool for life. Gentlemen, it is time to read your emails.
Welcome to your February 1st, 2026 Balcony Brotherhood Podcast Email Edition. I'm your host, Mr. Tanner Blackart, and before we open the inbox today, I want to properly set the stage because the man sitting across from me is not just a co-host, he's a human stabilizer. They say that the All-State Mayhem guy checks Mr. Drake's calendar before acting up. It's time to open the mail with a man built for moments like this, Mr. Paul Drake.
number one.
This email says, Dear gentlemen, your recent discussions about men feeling isolated really stuck with me. I'm married, have kids, and still feel completely alone most days. It's strange how full life can be and still feel empty. Thanks for talking about this without making it sound weak. And that's signed, Dan. Dan, the contradiction you described, being surrounded yet isolated, is something we hear far too often. It doesn't mean you're ungrateful or broken. It means your connection isn't automatic for men. We're glad the show gave you language for something you've been carrying quietly. Mr. Blackheart, what are your feelings about this?
Here's the part that doesn't get said enough, Dan. Marriage doesn't automatically solve isolation for men. Fatherhood doesn't either. Those roles add responsibility, not a guaranteed connection. And when men realize that, they usually assume something's wrong with them instead of questioning the structure around them. You're not empty because you're ungrateful. You're empty because connection takes intention. And most men were never taught how to build it once that routine takes over. So being surrounded doesn't mean being seen. And naming that doesn't make you weak, it makes you honest.
Number two.
Hey, this email reads, Dear Balcony Brotherhood, I've spent most of my life believing that men are supposed to handle everything without complaint. Your podcast has made me question where that belief came from and whether it's actually helping anyone. Appreciate you challenging old ideas without tearing men down. Thanks again, Scott. Well, Scott, the expectation to always be strong is deeply ingrained, and questioning it takes courage. Strength doesn't disappear when we talk, it evolves. We respect you for examining the rules you are handed and deciding whether they still serve you. Mr. Blackheart, tell me your thoughts on this.
So, Mr. Scott, that belief didn't come from nowhere. It was handed down quietly from men who survived by carrying weight silently and mistook endurance for virtue. And to be fair, that rule worked in certain eras, but rules aren't sacred just because they're old. Strength that can't speak, eventually it hardens into something brittle. And brittle things, we all know, just do not last under pressure. Now, in questioning your inherited rules, that's not a rebellion. That's discernment. You're trying to figure it out. And that's a skill most men never get credit for developing.
Number three.
And this email reads, Hello, Balcony Brotherhood. One topic I don't hear enough about is how replaceable men feel in today's world. At work, in relationships, and even in society. It weighs on you over and over again in time. Thank you for acknowledging the feeling without dismissing it. And that's signed Aaron in Pittsburgh. Aaron, feeling replaceable can quietly erode a man's sense of purpose. It's real, and it deserves attention, not ridicule. We're glad the show gave you that feeling because some men need to feel their worth isn't tied only to what they produce. Mr. Blackheart, chime in on this one.
Replaceable is one of the most corrosive words that a man can internalize because once you believe it, everything becomes transactional. Work, friendships, even your presence. You start asking that question, what am I useful for? Instead of asking the question of who am I becoming? But here's the quiet truth. Feeling replaceable, that doesn't mean you are replaceable. It means the systems around you stopped acknowledging the human cost of what you provide. Your worth, that's not measured by how easily somebody could swap you out. It's measured by the depth of what you bring, even when it's not visible. So that feeling, it deserves attention and not dismissal.
Number 4.
This email says, Dear Paul and Tanner, I just wanted to say your conversations have encouraged me to open up more, especially with my sons. I don't want them growing up thinking silence is the only option. Thanks for setting an example of thoughtful, honest conversation between men. And that's signed Chris in Ohio. Chris, that might be one of the most important things a man can do. Change the pattern for the next generation. Your sons are learning that honesty and strength can coexist. We're honored that the show played a small role in that shift. Mr. Blackheart, please add your thoughts here.
You know, I love our inbox because it seems like I'm saying this almost every other week. This one matters. Most men, they don't realize that they're teaching silence. They don't. They just model it. And them kiddos, they absorb patterns long before they understand explanations. So keep this in mind. What you're doing with your sons isn't just conversation. It's kind of like a permission slip. Permission to speak before things turn into pressure. Permission to feel without apology. And just don't get it wrong, you're not weakening them. You're handing them tools that they never had, because that's how generational change happens. It's quietly, and it starts at home.
Number 5.
This email reads, Dear Balcony, I'm in my early 50s and starting to feel like I'm only valued if I keep producing at the same pace as I was in my 30s. Slowing down feels like failure, even when my body says otherwise. Thanks for talking about aging without making it sound like the end of the road. And that's from Jeff. Jeff, a lot of men confuse slowing down with falling behind, and that's simply not true. There's wisdom in pacing yourself, especially when your life changes. Your value doesn't expire just because the rear rhythm does. Mr. Blackheart, tell us your feelings on that.
You're staring dead nuts into the trap there, Mr. Jeff. Men confuse pace with purpose. And when the pace changes, they assume that the purpose disappeared. That whole body change thing, you've already been through it once. That's not betrayal. It's information. And wisdom is learning when to listen instead of overriding. So you're not falling behind. You're just being asked to adjust the rhythm. Yeah, that's it. A man who refuses to slow down, they don't stay strong. He just, basically breaks later and louder. Your value didn't peak in your 30s. It matured. Because in understanding maturity, that's not a decline. That's a transition.
It's time to embark on a journey of enlightenment with the founder of Turning Leaf Solutions, Mr. Will Becker. With a passion for personal growth and empowerment, Mr. Becker has dedicated his life to helping individuals navigate the complexities of self-improvement. His 2-minute book review, while brief, is meant to inspire, motivate, and empower you with a tool to unlock your fullest potential.
Thanks for joining us here on The Balcony for my bi-weekly book review. This week's book is The Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale. Even though it was first published more than 70 years ago, its message still feels relevant today because it's all about how the way we think can change our lives. Peale's main idea is that positive thoughts lead to positive outcomes. One of the most important lessons in the book is about positive visualization. That means using your imagination to picture yourself succeeding before it actually happens. For example, if you can see yourself doing well on a test, giving a speech, or playing an amazing game, you're more likely to actually do it. Peale says that when you picture success in your mind, your body and attitude start working toward making it real. He shares lots of stories about people who changed their lives just by changing their thoughts. Some of them had big problems, like failing at work or feeling stuck in life. But when they started imagining success instead of failure, things began to improve. It's a powerful reminder that our thoughts can shape our future. Peale also gives practical advice on how to stay positive every day. He suggests using affirmations, short, encouraging phrases you repeat to yourself, and surrounding yourself with people who lift you up instead of bringing you down. He even says that prayer or quiet reflection can build inner strength and calm your mind. What I really like about this book is its message that positive thinking isn't just wishful thinking. It's about training your mind to focus on what can go right instead of what might go wrong. When we practice positive visualization, we're building confidence and preparing ourselves to handle challenges better. So to sum it up, the power of positive thinking teaches us that success begins in the mind. If we can picture, believe in it, and work toward it, we have a much better chance of making it happen. I think that's an inspiring and timeless lesson for anyone, especially for those of us who are still figuring out what we want to become. Thank you for joining us here on The Balcony. And remember, books are the ultimate cheat code to life.
Happy birthday!
And it's time now for your celebrity birthday breakdown. Let's see who's getting a little bit older in Hollywood this week. We're going to start off with MMA fighter and WWE wrestler Ronda Rousey. She turns 38 years old. SNL veteran Garrett Morris, 88 years old this week. Movie actor Warwick Davis from Star Wars and Willow. He's 55 years old this week. Next up, we have Dwayne the Dog Chapman, reality star and bounty hunter, 72 years old this week. And finally, Brent Spiner, who played Data on TV Star Trek The Next Generation. He is 76 years old this week. And that's going to do it for your celebrity birthday breakdown. For Tanner Blackheart, I'm Paul Drake. The balcony is now closed.
Thank you for downloading the Balcony Brotherhood podcast. The information shared by your hosts is for informational and entertainment purposes only and should not be considered professional advice. Opinions expressed by the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of affiliates or any platform on which you get your pods. We encourage you to do your own research or consult with a qualified professional regarding any of the topics discussed on the show. While the gentlemen strive for accuracy, we cannot guarantee all information shared is current or complete. Remember, this podcast is meant to spark conversation and share ideas. Stay curious and always ask questions. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you do not miss an episode. Until next time, my name is Mr. Announcer, encouraging you to be the best person that you can be. Cheerio and Hakuna Matata.
2 life rules that never fail. When you're up, your friends know you. When you're down, you know your friends.
Empty pockets teach you a million things. Full pockets spoil you in a million ways.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.